YouTube, what's up? Welcome back to a new video. If this is your first time here on the channel, thanks so much for stopping by. Definitely check out some of my other videos, and if you like what you see, go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. I greatly appreciate it. So a couple of weeks ago, I completed South of Midnight, and it was one of my most anticipated games for this year. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, after I completed it, since then, I have been thinking about the game. I cannot stop thinking about South of Midnight. It was such a fantastic experience for me. I loved it to pieces. It definitely didn't disappoint. But I wanted to come on here and kind of just get my thoughts out and chit chat a bit about the game. Now, I didn't want to do a typical, like a standard review, regular schmegular, but I did want to talk about some of the things that have me thinking and just coming back to the game. Some of the things that, makes this game stand out from other games in the genre, from action adventure games. And to be quite honest, I think that there are three things that make South of Midnight stand out and makes the game unique. And I wanted to just talk about it. So let's get into it. All right, so I think that there are three reasons as to why South of Midnight stands out when you compare it to other games in the genre, right? Action adventure games. This game is just totally unique. So we're going to start off with my first reason as to why this game stands out. And that's absolutely the most notable thing that you're going to notice off the break is the unique visual art style and art direction that this game offers. As I said, this is the most notable thing to mention, all right, as to why it stands out and as to why, it's unique when you compare it to other games in the genre. Okay, this art style and art direction is just unmatched. It blew me away. This game is gorgeous and it's like rooted in that stop motion animation. And, over the past couple of weeks, I've been thinking about, if I've ever played a game that looks like this, all right, and has the same art style, same art direction. And I couldn't think of a game, honestly. I know I've seen movies, okay, that are comparable, most notably like Coraline. I feel like this game has a lot in common with Coraline, right? But we can even go back. We can go back. One of the first things that I thought about when I started playing the game and I noticed the cutscenes, the visuals, everything was like the old school Frosty the Snowman and Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer movies, right? From the 60s, the mid to late 60s. That claymation, stop motion animation, I'm sorry, it has that same vibe. It has that same vibe. And it was just so stunning to see it all play out. The visuals and the art direction are just so impressive. And to be honest, it had me shook. It kind of had me shook from the moment I picked up that controller and started playing it. This game pegs itself as being like a Southern Gothic tale, and I totally see that. It's like almost right, it's almost like it's right out of a storybook. Like you're just opening up a book and you see the animation, you see the visuals, you see the art direction, you just see everything. And it seems like it's a story tale, and you're inside of it. And I love that. Honestly, it just pulled me right in, captured me from the beginning. And that's definitely a reason as to why this game just feels so unique compared to others in the genre. I did mention that I do not want to do a review, but I do want to let you guys know, give you a little backstory about South of Midnight as far as the narrative goes. And I'm not going to spoil anything. We're not going to get too deep with it. But you do play as Hazel Flood, all right? And her hometown has been hit by a hurricane. And her mom is inside of their home when the hurricane comes. They were planning on evacuating. Hurricane comes and kind of just takes the home. It sweeps the home up and mom is inside. And so Hazel is on this mission to find her mom, okay? Get back to her mom. She, along the way, finds out some family secrets of such. And it's crazy because I feel like this game touches on a lot of different things. Family is definitely one big thing, and love, finding yourself, and all of that. But she also finds herself in like another reality where folklore and like mythical creatures are a staple. And she realizes she has to become a weaver, okay? And basically, being a weaver will allow her to like fix the broken bonds and spirits that are in this world. But her main objective is to, find her mom, get back to her mom. Reason number two as to why South of Midnight stands out is definitely the setting and the cultural roots, right? This game is just so full of culture. And I knew that off the break. I could tell that off the break, but I did not know that it was going to be this deep. So South of Midnight just doesn't take place in the American South. It's almost like it like breathes. It's living the South, which is so amazing. Don't find very many games that kind of take this type of look on the American South, and I think that's great. You have these swamps that are littered with like Spanish moss. You just get the whole vibe of being in the South. I don't know if a lot of you have ever been to the South, but please, I'm telling you straight up, this game made me feel like I was in the South. That Spanish moss, the color, the haunting blues soundtrack that plays. I can't stress this enough, guys. The soundtrack is amazing. The soundtrack is amazing. It's fire. I feel like the soundtrack goes hand in hand with the experience. The blues, the just all everything together. Oh my gosh, it's great. It's great. One of my favorite soundtracks, honestly, was not expecting the music to be so phenomenal, but it absolutely is. I can't stress enough. I hope you play this game. I hope you take some time out and play this game if you can. If not, you should definitely listen to the soundtrack. But I really do feel like the music goes hand in hand with the experience. Point blank, period. You're not just fighting monsters to fight monsters in this game, right? There's definitely some meaning behind the narrative in this game. Fighting monsters is like you're somehow uncovering the kinds of stories passed down from, being on the stoop. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Being on the stoop or the front porch, if you will. It's almost like ghost tales, you know what I'm saying? Ghost stories from the past that have been like, just kind of like they trickled down, right? And told throughout generations. And I love that. It's pretty awesome. Like, I don't think there's ever been a time where I've played a game and I felt, you could feel that culture and that lore. Definitely something different. The atmosphere in this game is just so full of heritage, and that's honestly what makes this experience just so unique. It honestly does. It's just so crazy to think that Compulsion Games, like, I'm so interested in knowing how much it took from them, you know what I'm saying, to go so deep into the American South and try to pull that off, graphically, narratively, like everything. I just props to them for that because I feel like they did such a great job with it. So the setting off the break, and those cultural roots, that even though if you're not from the South, you can still feel it. It's just everything that just plays a part hand in hand, makes this game come together as something that honestly I feel like can't be touched, when it comes to that specific, like, that just one specific category. You know what I'm saying? Like, just the background of it all. Last but not least, the third reason as to why I believe South of Midnight stands out when you compare it to other games in the genre, it's the protagonist, man. It honestly is. I love Hazel as a protagonist. You can't hate her. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you could, but like, come on, really? I feel like she's an awesome protagonist. She's not brooding or whiny. She's strong, she's sharp, she's grounded, and to be quite honest, I feel like she's hilarious.
Oh, hell no. Hell no. This better work.
She seems like just a regular old homegirl, you know, that's down the street that you can call up and come kick it with, you know what I'm saying? She can come over, y'all can kiki for a little bit. She just seems like a regular old person, and I think that's awesome. She seems very relatable. Okay, and I know that we're talking about a video game here, but I almost feel like I could put myself in her shoes, right? Like I could be Hazel, you know what I'm saying? She just seems like a regular person. Honestly, she's one of my favorite video game characters ever. You know, I know at the end of the day she does have powers. I'm saying that she's a regular person, but she does have some sort of power, right? But her powers seem to be rooted in like this folklore where it's like blending reality with magic in a way that it makes it feel like it's like, I don't know, it's something different about it. It makes it feel like it's earned, you know what I'm saying? And it's not just like tacked on, right? Um, it's something different for sure. I love Hazel. She's witty. She got a mouth on her. She gonna say some things back, right? But I just love her as a protagonist. You know what I'm saying? I felt when she was feeling it, I was feeling it too. Like she's just very relatable, you know, and I love that for this game. I feel like, especially nowadays, we don't have very many video game characters that kind of like stick with us, or at least I can only speak for myself. But, you know, knowing that this is a person of color and, um, you know, she's just trying to get, she's beefing with her mom for a little bit, and she's just trying to make things right, and she's trying to learn more about her family. It's just very relatable at the end of the day, and I love that real, honestly, I do. Those are three reasons as to why I feel like South at Midnight stands out, and why it's unique when you compare it to other games in the genre. Now, I do want to mention that the gameplay, all right, the gameplay is the element that I probably like the least in this game. I'm not the biggest fan of the gameplay. Okay, the combat is rather repetitive. At times, it can feel a little cumbersome. It's not terrible, but it's just average. You know, gameplay is very important when it comes to video games. You know, some people value that over everything. As long as the game plays well, they're okay with it. In this case, I don't. The game plays fine. Okay, it's just not stellar, and it's not something that makes me think about, you know, why this game is different from all the others. It's just there, and I didn't have a problem with it. I just don't think it's my favorite. So guys, let me know if you've played South at Midnight, and if you have, let me know what you think about it. Also, let me know if there's ever been a time where you've played a game and it's kind of just stuck with you, like South at Midnight has stuck with me. Like I said, I completed it weeks ago, but I'm still thinking about the game. Has there been a game that you just can't stop thinking about after you've completed it? Let me know. I'm going to thank all of you guys for watching this video, and I'll check you next time. Peace.